Hello again, everybody. Welcome to this edition. We didn't plan to have this one, but there was a lot of public demand. People calling and sending messages and saying, Doc, can you go deeper? So we are having this part 2 on how to respond to a crisis. I would urge you at this moment to call your spouse, your partner, your friend, your enemy, whoever it might be, and tell them to log on to Dr. S.M. Chirisa and just watch this. It will take about maybe 30-40 minutes of your time. Please send questions and we'll be able to answer those questions for you at another airing. But for now, we are going to go straight into how you respond to a crisis, part 2. Now, before I go into the issues that I want you to understand, I want us to have the facts very clear. The situation that we are in now is very unprecedented. There's never been in history, but I'm thinking that probably in the near future we'll even have more chaotic situations arising. But here are the facts. The fact you need to understand as a business person is nobody is coming to help you. A lot of people are just waiting and sleeping in their rooms or during the lockdown, and they are thinking and expecting that somebody's going to show up on their doorstep and knock and say, I've come to help your business. I'm here to tell you and to announce to you that no one is coming to help you. If you do not help yourself, you're done, you're finished. Kaput, you're done. If you do not move your business, your thinking, your heart, your strategy, if you do not move, you're going to get crushed. And it is now important for you to step out. The time for fear, we all had fear. When the COVID hit, we all had fear. When the business was shut, we all had fear. What is going to happen? We now have to step out of that fear. We have to step out of that fear zone, because fear immobilizes you. Fear will cripple you. Fear will paralyze you. And the worst thing about fear, that fear make you waste time. Time will pass, months, weeks. Some of you, because of fear, you've done nothing for your business over the past 3 weeks. You've done nothing for your business over the past 3 months. But if you don't move now, you are going to get so hit. And you know what? Today I was at home. I was talking to my kids, and my kids, one of my kids came and said, Daddy, can you buy us clothes for winter? Then I realized that these kids have got no idea that our businesses are under attack. They've got no idea. They think the world is still the same. To them, they are on holiday. There's nothing that has changed. It's only you. What are you going to say to your kids? What are you going to say to yourself? You know, you cannot have any excuse. Now, for us to move forward and to understand what we need to do, we must have a method of thinking, which I will call worst case scenario thinking. I'll repeat that, worst case scenario thinking. This must be the overarching mindset. This must be the overarching way of thinking. And when you are thinking of the worst case scenario, you're asking, what can go wrong in my business? What is going wrong right now? While you are closed, while you are not working, what is going wrong? You also need to ask yourself this question: how bad can it get? How bad can it get? So you must think of the worst case scenario. So every business person, whatever you are doing, whether you're in tourism, whether you're in medical practice, whether you are in printing, whether you are in agriculture, what is the worst thing that can happen? And you must ask yourself these questions and come up with an answer. And then that answer will lead you to a strategy on how you need to behave and to act. Because here's the thing, if you do not think about it, and when it knocks on your door, you will panic, you will not be able to act, and that thing will destroy you. So the worst case thinking is what we need right now. The worst case thinking is what we need right now. It will help you not to panic. What if you die? What if you've got COVID? What if the lockdown is extended another 3 weeks, another 4 weeks? South Africa is already extended with 2 weeks. In Yuan, they were on lockdown for 3 months. And you are just on lockdown for 21 days. What if it's extended? What if it's extended for another 2 months? What if there's a lockdown phase 1? What if there's a lockdown phase 2? What if you are locked down for the next 6 months? What will happen? You need to answer this question. So this is key in your planning during the crisis and for the crisis or after the lockdown. And I think that everybody needs to put on a thinking head called worst case scenario. So you need to sit down. You need to sit down with your staff. You need to sit down with your think tanks. You need to sit down with your boys. Instead of just playing games and just posting all these COVID things, you need to say, what is the worst case scenario? What are we going to do? How are we going to react to that? Because if you don't think that, you're going to get hit so hard, you think that you were hit by a train. All right, so let's go because of time. The first thing that I'm going to talk about in this second part 2, or in this second phase of how you need to react is this. Number 1, you need to have cash. C-A-S-H, cash. You need to have cash on you. You need to have cash on you. Most of you right now, you are not liquid. You've got things that you think are worth, but in this crisis, those things might actually be worth nothing. You need to have liquid cash to win in this crisis. So what are you going to do? You are going to have to sell unnecessary assets, or the things that you think are assets. And you are going to have to do it earlier before anybody starts to sell, because when everybody starts to sell, the prices will go down. So the thing that you think is worth 10,000, when everybody is selling that thing will be worth 1.5, $500. So you need to be the first one to move and to liquidate your assets and hold cash. So during this lockdown, what must you be doing? Number 1, you must be selling your assets that you need. If you've got 4 cars, 3 cars, 2 cars, sell one. You need to be selling your cars. Those extra TVs, you've got 4 TVs, 20 TVs, you have got 20 phones, you've got laptops, whatever you can think, fridges, stands, properties that you don't need. Sell your property now so that you can hold on to cash. Sell those weeks, sell your livestock if you're in Africa, whatever you need to do. Why do you need to be having cash? Because this is what cash is going to help you position your business. Number 1 is you're going to be able to buy things cheap that you're going to use in your business. Cash is going to help you to restart if you need to restart. Because how can you start if you've got no cash? There's nobody you're going to ask for cash. I know some of you are saying that, hey, the government is coming with a bailout. But how many people need to be bailed out? How many businesses are there? How many businesses are going to be looking for those loans? There is not enough loan money to help every business. And remember this, most of the people that are going to be helped with that loan money are friends of the people who control the money. And if you are not, you probably won't get piece of the cake. So let's face it, you cannot depend on the bailout. If you can get the bailout, fine. But if you don't, this is what you need to do. You need money to restart. You need money to weather the storm. You also need money on you so that you can have a calm mind. If you are cashless, you can never be calm. If you are anxious, you make poor decisions. You make rushed, poor decisions. But if you've got money, you're able to calm and you're able to think better. The reason why I keep cash, in our business is so that at any given time, I'm able to think with a straight mind. And most of you right now, because you've got no cash, your mind is going cuckoo. You are not thinking, you are anxious, and you do not want to buy. So stop buying unnecessary things. Only buy things that position your business. No clothes, no shoes, no luxuries at this moment. Have cash. That's number 1. Number 2, what must you do? What must you do? How must you respond? You must talk to key people. You must talk to key people. This is very important because when you talk to key people, it helps you to stop unnecessary costs. It also helps you to think normally and not burn out. It also helps you to explain your financial position and be at the same page. Now, who are the people that you're supposed to talk to? Who are the people that you are supposed to talk to? Number one, you're supposed to talk to your family. You're supposed to talk to your spouse. You're supposed to talk to your kids. Sit them down and say, listen, the situation has changed. What we were 2 weeks ago is no longer what we were now. Some of you, you've got no salaries. Some of you, you're getting salary cuts. Some of you, you've got no customers by the time this lockdown is over. So you need to sit down and say, from now on, things have changed. We are no longer going to buy things like we were. Things have changed. You need to bring them to the same page with you if you're going to survive. You need to speak to your employees. You need to speak to them. You need to say now, if your business is running, there is no cost that is going to happen without your approval. You look at every cost, no matter how small. This is the time to macromanage your business. I know people say, hey, don't micromanage. Yes, you don't micromanage when things are going okay. But when you are in a crisis, you micromanage everything. Every little money that is coming out of our business, coming out of whatever, I need to know, what is it for? Why is it going? How much is it? Is it the best deal? Do we need it? You need to micromanage your business starting now. If you don't, you're going out of business. Number three, you need to talk to your friends. Talk to your people that are around you. Tell them, because you see, with friends, sometimes most of you pretend. You maintain, a facade. You maintain a movie type of lifestyle. Tell your friends, guys, things are not well. Tell them exactly what is happening. Do not mind what they will say. Do not mind if they will say, you are finished. Yes, if you are finished, you are finished. But let them know so that they don't have expectations from you. They won't come and borrow money from you. Even if you are the first one to tell them that you are broke, you are the first one to borrow money from them. It's better for you to borrow money from them than for them to borrow money from you, because you know that the money is not coming back. So you better talk to them, limit expectations, and so that they don't expect any help that you cannot. Talk to your pastors. If you are, like for me, you need to talk to your pastor. Be real and say, look, things have changed. You might have been a big giver yesterday, but are you able still to give? Because if you continue to give in the way that you were giving before things went south, you might not be able to continue doing that. So you need to talk to him. You need to talk to them and tell them and be honest. A lot of people are not honest when it comes to their finances. They put a front, they put a page. This is the time to be honest with anybody, including your pastors, your reverend, and your bishops. This is also time to talk to your customers. Those customers that owe you money. Listen to this. The squeaky door is the one that gets the grease. If you don't make noise about your money that you're owed, nobody is going to pay you. They are going to pay the people that are knocking on the door and that are making them have them sleepless nights. Anybody that owes you money, make sure that they don't have sleepless nights. Get your money. You also need to talk to your customers and say, how can you help them to stay afloat? Don't be the one that causes your customer to go out of business. Say, how can we help you to stay in business? Because you need their business. So you need to talk and you need to plan your cash flow. The third thing that you need to do is you need to move fast. You need to move fast. In a crisis, this is not time for slowness. It's time for speed. Speed in this crisis is so key. You need to move fast. You need to move now. Don't wait until the lockdown is over. Start moving. Start taking position. Start selling. Start talking to people. Start making calls. While you are still at home, you need to do it now. Be the first one. Be the first one to innovate something new, how to do things in your industry. Be the first one, because there's always a first move advantage. If you don't get the first move advantage, the one that has got the first move advantage will survive while you sink. Same business, but the difference was speed. So be the first one to liquidate your assets. Be the first one to negotiate. Go to everybody. Be the first one to, don't wait until time is over. Move with speed. Negotiate now. Negotiate now. I have already started to negotiate with my landlords. I've already started to negotiate with my employees. I've started to negotiate with everybody. I feel things have changed and we need to plan, because if we don't plan, we are going out of business. The fourth thing that you need to do in this season is you need to take massive action. Once again, massive action. Less of talking, more of action. Too much talk causes you to procrastinate. It causes you to be always thinking and say, I'm thinking. I don't need you to talk. I need you to take action. In fact, if your actions that you are taking are wrong, continue to take action until you get the correct one. But talking with no action is not going to change your situation. What changes your situation is action. Plan and move. This is a war zone. Plan and move. It's action after action. It's move after move. Focus your action. Don't just do things, but focus your action. But you need to take actions. What actions have you done for your business this week? Who have you called? Who have you negotiated with? What have you sold? What position have you taken? What move have you done? What strategic plan have you done? If you have not done anything, you are just a talker. You are a dreamer. And the time for crisis is not for people like that. It's for people who are able to take action. The fifth thing that I want you to understand is social media. Social media is so good. Social media is so good. I love it. I'm speaking to you right now from my house, from the comfort of my house, and it's all because of social media. It's so good. You can get content like this for free. You can go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, Dr. SM Chiriza. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can do all that for free, and you can get content that will help you. But one thing that you need to understand about social media is that followers and likes is not money. Especially in Africa. It may be in the States if you are followed by so many people, but I've seen so many people who've got so many likes, so many followers, but are broke because followers is not capital. So a lot of people have, hey, my video had 10,000 views. So what? Where is the money coming from? Because you know what? The people that can actually be watching you are your old friends. Can be your own family. People from the same neighborhood. They watch. They make it go viral. But if they are not the buyers, there's no money coming from that following, from that likes. In Africa, I've seen what likes and following only tells us is that you are popular. But in Africa, I have seen some popular people that are poor. I would rather be not popular and rich than to be popular and broke. Am I talking to somebody here? So the question is, are you using the social media to reach the people that will buy from you? Or you're just reaching your schoolmates, your family, or your churchmates? You must reach people, you must reach your true customers that are going to buy from you. So you need to understand social media. Also, you need to really think about how you're going to market your business in this crisis while we are still on lockdown, and after this, you need to be strategizing. How can people know you? Because people buy from people that they know. How can people know you? So how can you attract attention to yourself? How can you attract attention to your name, to your brand, to your shop? That's what you need to be thinking about. And those are the questions that you need to be asking yourself and answering. Instead of watching TV series after series, or movie after movie. Netflix is now, you've finished all the movies on Netflix, but you've never answered the question, how can I attract the next person to my business? So you need to be passionate when you're talking about your business. You need to talk about your business. You need to picture your business. You need to write about your business. You need to showcase what you do. If you are too quiet, money won't come to you. Show me any billionaire who is not a good speaker. Everybody needs to be able to speak. Show me any good leader who is not able to speak. So one of the skills that you need to be adding is public speaking. This is the time to learn how to speak, how to persuade, how to call, to get attention for yourself. Because if I get attention to my business. Like right now, I can tell you as you are watching, I am a psychiatrist, I'm a medical doctor. I run drug rehabilitation units. So if you want help, I can help you. And already all the people that are watching already know. If you're in Zimbabwe, we've got Highlands Halfway House. If you're in Borodale Halfway House. And we can do all these things. I'm getting attention to these businesses. So You need to be thinking now. Am I going to use flyers? Am I going to use door to door? Am I going to knock? But the key thing that I want you to understand is that get referrals. Go to the list of people that have used you before all this crisis came, and say, listen, I do this for a living. If I don't do this, I will not be able to send my kids.